Views like these are just a perk for Hanging Rock Park Ranger Jacob Fields.
I love being outside and I love teaching people about nature. I'll see if I can get going.
One thing he teaches park visitors is fire safety.
More than half of the folks who rent our facilities, even at the picnic shelters, they create fires.
Making fires for food or ambiance is a classic camp activity, but observing your surroundings could make the difference.
Tons of people, you'll see big branches hanging out outside the ring. That's dangerous. Another thing they do is they don't put their fire out when they leave.
At all state parks in North Carolina, you must be at a designated area to make a fire. You should keep a fire less than 3 feet tall, clear out around 10 feet of debris around the fire ring, do not use large wood that hangs outside of the fire ring, have access to water, and make sure to look up.
If you're at a campsite or you're camping somewhere and you have a bunch of low-hanging branches, sometimes that can cause a fire because the majority of this heat's going straight up and cooking stuff.
Field says many wildfires could be started from a fire being left unattended. Embers like these could be swept away in the wind. Or a fire may not be fully extinguished.
I always say water. Water is the best thing.
Field says to tell if a fire is completely out, listen for a sizzle. See if the embers are still hot and that everything is damp.
If it's smoking, usually that's indication that it's on its way out. If there's active flame, then it's not out.
And although there are experienced campers who visit Hanging Rock, Field saw some visitors who did not follow the rules, which could have added to the over 3,700 wildfires in North Carolina this year.
Here we have a fire ring that has a giant log in it that will not burn. We don't want to encourage folks to think that they can burn logs this big.
In 2021, a campfire built in an undesignated area caught fire to Pilot Mountain. And while Field says he and other rangers are prepared for an uptick in fires due to the dry weather and fallen leaves, rangers attempt to cut down this risk with controlled burns.
In any event, if there is a wildfire, it won't burn as much. It won't be as intense.
With many resources helping in western North Carolina, Field says some resources in other parts of the state are stretched thin. But in the event of a wildfire, resources would be brought, whether in or out of state, to help.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
It's 2014. Pharrell Williams' Happy is topping the charts, Guardians of the Galaxies is hitting the screens, and the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge is taking over social media, with more than 17 million people participating in the challenge, including myself and my friend Larry here. Well, it's been 10 years, so let's see how the challenge has helped change the fight against ALS. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Celebrities, neighbors, presidents, Kermit the Frog, and families
This is the Faladina family.
all took part in the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge in 2014.
I knew a little bit about ALS, but I don't think I really fully appreciated what it was.
The internet trend soon became a part of life for the Falavina family.
I used to come to this park for workouts at 5:30 in the morning, got into long distance running, and it's just, those are things that I can't do anymore.
The steps Larry Falavina takes now may be different than what he used to take, but every step he takes now means more than ever. After being diagnosed with ALS, 3 years after completing the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge.
The diagnosis took a while. I'd already been to a bunch of different doctors, and they'd ruled out a lot of other things. So when the final diagnosis came, it wasn't a huge surprise.
The disease causes nerves in the body to degenerate over time, to the point where you can no longer move, speak, eat, or breathe on your own, with only a few years of life expectancy.
I wanted to make sure I made the most of the time that I had left.
The $115 million in funding generated by the Ice Bucket Challenge allowed Falavina to get into a drug trial of one of 3 drugs to slow down ALS.
I'm, praying for is that funding brings about other treatments so that other people with ALS get the same opportunity that I have.
Through the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, he was able to see his sons grow up, attend their games, graduate, and even do small tasks like cook, something he didn't know he would be able to do even 7 years post-diagnosis. He was also able to be an advocate for ALS, visiting all Major League Baseball parks in an RV, and completing the Iron Horse Tour, a nod to Lou Gehrig, a beloved baseball player for whom ALS's nickname was derived.
It was an amazing opportunity. It was time that I got to spend with my family. It was time meeting other people with this disease and being able to spread awareness by telling their stories.
With hopes to spark another wave of funding towards ALS 10 years later.
That's cool.
Let's go. Gorgeous greenery and beautiful butterflies transport you from the North Carolina Museum of Natural Sciences to a tropical rainforest.
You feel like you're with the animals.
But before guests can visit the living conservatory, the butterflies have to get ready. With some help from Andy Kaufman, who started at the museum as an intern in 1999.
It's just, a passion that I really enjoy, and I can bring that to work.
The museum gets shipments of butterfly pupa
These look like jewelry.
from Costa Rica every 2 weeks.
The butterflies that we select for this room are ones that are, very kind of showy and flighted and give a lot of movement. Some butterflies aren't like that normally.
The pupa are pinned carefully
Some of these will start coming out possibly today or tomorrow morning.
and placed in the changing room for visitors to see the butterflies emerge.
Target.
One roommate here that may be a little slower to see the guest is this two-toed sloth.
Good. We do habituation training and target training. That's to prepare him for his vet exams.
Karen Medina Howdegui, the curator of the Living Conservatory, has been working with the two-toed sloth for about a year.
He's super smart.
His favorite treat? Sweet potatoes, which helps balance his diet from his natural habitat.
They eat a lot of leaves. It's kind of hard to get those same leaves here, but so we have to kind of find different ways to supplement his diet.
Kaufman and Medina Howdegui hope those who visit want to learn more about conservation and the environment around them.
I want people to leave inspired to, wanting to learn more about just science in general and the tropical habitats. I want them to leave inspired.
You certainly wouldn't want to throw it away because it's gold.
Raleigh Diamond fine jewelry founder James Vincent struck gold when he entered the jewelry business.
I love to wear chains. So that's what it was. I wanted other people to make the investment and to enjoy the chains.
From selling jewelry from catalogs out of his restaurant to owning what he says is the largest jewelry showroom in the state, he's catering to his customers' needs, like helping recycle unwanted jewelry into gold bars.
It's sold to refineries who would then resell, I imagine, to gold producers, processors, bullion makers, other folks further down the chain of the recycling.
But his store's real sparkle is their diamonds.
We really do have the perfect diamond for anyone who's in the market for a diamond.
Despite the cost of gold rising over 15% according to macro trends since the beginning of the year, couples aren't getting cold feet on this lifelong purchase. He says about 90% of their sales are bridal related.
When you have that ring 10 years from now, it increases in value. The gold that's in that ring increases in value just as does the price of gold over the same period of time.
According to USA Gold, the price of gold has skyrocketed to a record high this month, not seeing a jump this dramatic since after the recession, while Diamond Price Index says the cost of diamonds have gone down.
I don't think that would be enough to cause anyone to propose or not to propose. But it's just like everything else. It ebbs and flows, like the economy. Things just tend to come in cycles.